Chaneya Kelly was just 9 years old when she falsely accused her father, Daryl Kelly, of rape. 16 years later, he's still incarcerated, and Chaneya says she was pressured into making the accusation. Let's take a look.
She asked me, did my father touch me? I was like, what do you mean? She was like, did he touch you in your no-no spot? And I would repeatedly say no.
But Chaneya says her mother was irrational and irate.
She told me, if you don't tell me the answer that I want to hear, I'm going to beat you.
Daryl Kelly was sentenced to 20 to 40 years in prison, even though there was no physical evidence of a crime.
Despite Chaneya's statement that in her campaign that she was not raped by her father, in addition to her mother also signing an affidavit that this did not take place, the judge in this case has said that the statements appear coerced, and he has not been willing to overturn the judgment.
Wow. So do you think media attention, you see her going, on to NBC, you see our talking about it, do you think that will help at all build a case to ultimate release of her father?
I think so. I mean, she hasn't had much luck through traditional legal means, and so at this point, I think a campaign going through media to put some pressure on this judge is what she has to do.
On the crime beat, how often do you see these kinds of recantations, these kinds of accusations occur, people in prison, and then, you hear years later that wasn't the case?
Yeah, we've seen them before a few times. They come up occasionally, but for the most part, we know that this is not such a frequent occurrence. A recent study showed that only 2 to 8% of these cases, of rape cases, are false accusations.
So then this highlights or doesn't highlight a problem with our criminal justice system? What do you say?
Anytime you have someone, an innocent man or woman behind bars, I think that's a problem, but this is a very tangled up case. It's going back and forth on something that was said years ago.
Yeah. It sounds just like a procedural thicket there for the judges to get through. Even if they know what's going on, I'm sure there's certain legal hurdles that they have to pass through that just put all sorts of impediments in the way of ultimately doing justice.